Tyva. I'm sure you've never heard about this part of Russia before. The Tyva Republic is located in southern Siberia, where it borders Mongolia. On the internet, the Tuvan people are famous for their alcoholism and aggressive behavior. Listen, put your phone away. I went to Tyva myself to see if these rumors are true. Among other things there, I saw dust storms. A dust storm's coming, we gotta go. Litter bins named after Navalny. I don't know if it was Navalny's fans or his haters that wrote this. Shamans.
Hi.
And the endless steppe polluted by humans. It goes like this all the way there. But we'll start with the capital of the Tyva region, Kyzyl. The tiger's scared. It woke up and realized this is Kyzyl. I hope you'll appreciate my dangerous trip to Tyva and leave a like on this video. Soon on this channel, I'll release a video from South Africa, where people used to treat AIDS with garlic, lemon, and olive oil. Subscribe so you don't miss new interesting videos about cities and countries around the world. In just January of 2021, in a city with a population of 120,000 people, 282 crimes were committed. In other words, one crime for less than every 500 people. And that's just in 1 month. In 2020, there were 8,500 crimes per 330,000 inhabitants of Tyva, one crime for every 40 people, and about 30 murders per 100,000 people. At the same time, some analysts believe that, in reality, there are 1.5 times more murders in Kyzyl, 45 per year for every 100,000 people. Generally, if you can't make it to Rio for a favela tour, then Tyva's a worthy alternative. There are favelas here too, the notorious single-family residential neighborhood. The worst thing that can happen to us is that they'll beat us and take away the equipment. Well, at least we'll add to the homicide statistics. This is the job of a journalist, before claiming anything. That's what these damn journalists usually do, right? They replicate cliches. The most dangerous city. Alright, but we'll see for ourselves if it's dangerous or not. So we're now going to this detached houses neighborhood, and we're gonna try to get into trouble. No Name Street. You see, people here don't care about the names. There's no one here. We need people to get into trouble. So far, it feels like the only danger that we can face is that the dogs will eat us. It smells like coal everywhere because they use coal for heating houses. It smells like a railway. That's why the city has problems with air pollution, and in winter, the whole city is often covered with smog. This neighborhood's a bit deserted, to be honest. The last thing you expect to see while walking in Kyzyl is the inscription of Navalny on a litter bin. I don't know if it was Navalny's fans or his haters that wrote this. Also, what's interesting, as far as I see it, most people in the streets speak the Tuvan language, not Russian. They communicate in their native language, and I don't hear Russian speech here as often as in other Russian cities. One of the hallmarks of this neighborhood is that many fences here are made of untreated wood, and it looks very, very beautiful. The tree grows old, turns gray, and this very beautiful texture appears. There's also a lot of barbed wire here. Every fence here has barbed wire on top, and it's often self-made. There are many types of it, and sometimes you'll come across a picture like this, a modern, fashionable brick house in the background, and a little hut like this, an old shack. These things coexist side by side in the very center of the city. Outside of the detached houses neighborhood, Kyzyl's not as dangerous, but you can't call it a calm city either. For now, let's take a look at the yard. Awesome gold chains. A gazebo made in a local style with a horse. It's funny, they have these signs here, best kept house. It's like a reference to the Soviet plates. But in Soviet times, these were good enamel shields. And now it's just a piece of hardboard with a cheap sticker on it. Well, and the house is, in fact, not really best kept. Well, maybe comparing to other houses here it is. By the way, we were lucky because yesterday there was a major cleanup. Everything got picked up and now Kyzyl is very clean. And they say this cleanliness is not typical of the city. Well, this is the yard. Ugh, the yard looks a little sad. Here, people park like this. No, it's what it is, look. Well, they didn't clean this far. Spring cleaning. I actually have a feeling this is what Kyzyl normally looks like. Here, in theory, there should have been a trash container site. But there are no containers, and there's a parking lot here for some reason. Instead of a courtyard, there's a parking lot, and everything is covered in crap. Listen, what is this? Why is there so much garbage everywhere? Is this normal? Yeah, it's normal. This is normal? Yeah. This is the city after spring cleaning. I wondered where so many dogs came from. Over there, a woman's giving them leftovers. They breed them and then wonder why there are so many strays, why they flock, attack, stuff like that. Well, great. And now besides dogs, rats and birds also eat this. It's not very healthy. Well, look at the yard. This is what it looks like. We didn't even come looking for this. This is in the center of Kyzyl, and it looks very sad. Behind the garages, there's some hellish dump that doesn't get cleaned. Instead of neat courtyard, there's just dirt, dried mud, because a car is parked all over the place. Look at these dust storms. Look! Children still manage to play here. Why is there so much dust? I don't know, it's spring. Is it always like this in spring? Garbage everywhere too? We're tourists, it just looks strange. Yeah, there's always trash. Always, yeah? Don't they clean it up? Well, they do, but periodically? Periodically. When are they gonna clean up next? File a complaint to City Hall. Oh, to City Hall! Okay, nice. Oh look, here comes a dust storm. We gotta leave. We're now in Central Park, and you can see that in their rush to remove all the foliage and sweep the lawns, they've surpassed all expectations. The soil is already compacted to the state of concrete, and they removed it all with some kind of a tractor. Destroyed the entire top layer, destroyed the grass. Everything that could grow here is left in the state of open ground. Open ground, as we know, is big trouble. It's a source of dust, endless dirt. This is especially important for Kyzyl, where the soil is sandy and these dust storms are constant. But it's strange that they don't know how to work with landscaping. An amazing yard in Kyzyl. Well, of course, there's cars everywhere, dirt, sand, dust. You see, in the center, there's an asphalted area where kids can play. And here on the playground, there's an incredibly frightened tiger. See how terrified it is, how frightfully it's grabbed this green stone, because the tiger's scared. It woke up and realized it's in Kyzyl. It doesn't understand how to swim away from here on this green stone, and basically it expresses the emotions of many people who first come to Tyva, to Kyzyl, look around, and don't understand what's happening. Okay, forget the tiger. Look at this micro swing. This is a swing for some... I don't know for who. Wait, this swing is really weird. I have no idea what's going on. All the swings are of some weird size. Maybe it's not a swing, maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe it's scales or some elements of the sports equipment of local wrestlers. It's very strange. There are a few of them here and they're all kind of short. And you live here, right? Yeah. Here in this house? Yeah. It isn't abandoned? No, it's not abandoned. It looks abandoned. There's no windows. Yeah, we live there. With no windows? No. Do you have a normal apartment there? Yeah. Here on the playground, someone has assembled the most fashionable motorcycle for children. You'll find a bunch of weird swings here. For some reason, all the swings are cut. Why are the children so grimy? Is this a hostel of some kind? This is a breeding ground for destructive people. Oh, really? All my life, as long as I remember. Here, due to the fact that there's always been a mess here, they opened this. A police station? Yeah. It seems like it didn't help. So the parents are drinking and they're running around all dirty? Yeah, more or less. Used to be even worse. It used to be worse? In Kyzyl, by a miracle, there are many Soviet sculptures that have been preserved. Yes, they're in a bad condition, and many parts are destroyed. But you'll still find sculptures of women or animals in courtyards here. or deer statues in the park. I really hope that they won't be demolished or destroyed like in other cities in Russia, and that the mayor's office will find a way to restore them, because honestly, this is part of the history, part of the cultural heritage, and Kyzyl's a young city. There aren't so many historical buildings here because the city was only founded at the beginning of the 20th century, and these sculptures are already a part of its history, which you may want to preserve. There are a lot of loan advertisements in Kyzyl. Loans to pensioners up to 30,000, loans for maternity capital. Due to the fact that the population here is poor, due to the fact that there's no work, all these microfinance organizations still parasitize on this poor population, which further exacerbate the plight of an already poor people. Especially these ones. Look, Ro pension, financial assistance to pensioners. This is incredible. Why are these scams advertised in the very center of Kyzyl? Why is it legal here? Because they are scammers. They're thieves who take the only money that people have left. And there are a lot of advertisements like this here. And there are so many microfinance organizations on the main street, I don't remember seeing so many of them in the other cities of Russia. One of the reasons for the high crime rate in Tyva is poverty caused by low wages and unemployment. According to official data, the unemployment rate in the Republic is 12%. This is twice the average of Russia. However, some sources claim that in reality, up to half of the Republic's population is unemployed. They just don't register with the employment service, doing informal or illegal work. Many people in Tyva earn through the illegal trade of alcohol or the collection and sale of cannabis, which grows especially well in this area. You can earn more this way than by having a formal job. According to official data, the average salary in Tyva is around $510. However, locals say the real figures are much lower. The most dangerous city in Russia is, of course, dangerous almost everywhere. But to show you the real Tyvinian hell and decay, I went to an area where even locals prefer not to go. On the one hand, everyone you meet here, they say, "We're worried that Tyva is ranked as the most dangerous region. It's not really that dangerous here. In general, everything's fine. All these journalists are bad-mouthing us. Please tell the world the truth that everything here is not as scary as it seems." On the other hand, as soon as they knew I was here, what was the first thing they said? "Take Valimov to the most dangerous area. Let people beat him up." Levoberezhnye Dachas. And we've arrived at Levoberezhnye Dachas. Just like you asked, and now we'll check out how dangerous Kyzyl is. You can pause, right? I want to take spray. Yeah, we'll take the spray. I'll take the pepper sprays now, because it's a necessary thing. It honestly worries me because it's the first time in the history of my trips that a local person says, "I won't go there without pepper spray." And now we stopped by his house just to grab pepper sprays. Because with that area, you never know. Anything can happen. It was a very long time ago, I don't know, think 10 years ago, I decided to turn through the city plant, cut the way, so to speak, to the center. I was attacked by I think 5 or 6 people. They immediately ran up from behind, started beating me, I fell and lost consciousness. I woke up at night all covered in blood and I went home. I had a black eye, my fingers were covered in blood, and my whole back ached. This is what I remember. Let's take a look at the most dangerous neighborhood in Kyzyl. The first thing we see when we arrive in this stunning area is how some drunken bodies are walking around here. Some can't walk on their own, they're led by a support group. And they're all drunk. By the way, it's still daylight. Now, the bus stop is more like, So this is a multi-purpose stop, it's also a toilet and a trash dump. What's up? What are you filming? A movie about Kyzyl, how people live here. They say the city's dangerous. You ever face danger? Nah? Alright. The first person we met here, and it's written on his face, "I am the danger." He said he didn't face danger, which means he didn't look in the mirror today. I'm just kidding, he's a good man. Alright, so there's no sidewalks here, but they made a road so that people can drive away from here as fast as possible. Alright, let's go somewhere deep. Really deep. Hey, how you doing? Fine. Everything's fine? Fine. We heard it was dangerous here. Well, it is. It is? Over there? It's not dangerous. Look for yourself. Oh, alright. Take care. That man's face was one giant bruise. But this place isn't dangerous, yeah. By the way, did you notice that we've not seen a single sober person on the streets here? The three of us are the only three sober people on the street right now. I'm telling you, it's better not to go there. If you want to go at your own risk. So over there, that's the end of the village. Oh yeah. There's a group of drunk people there and we might get into trouble. You probably will. So, how are things here? Is everything okay? It's okay. Yeah? No accidents? Hey, that laugh's a little suspect. Why did they call this the most dangerous area? I don't know. You don't know. People don't speak. Everyone's very reserved and unsociable. No one's telling us what's going on here. Hey, is this a dangerous area? See? Everyone just smiles like that, leaves and refuses to talk. Because apparently there's some kind of fear of negativity. Maybe they're afraid that if we upload this somewhere, that they'll have problems here. Everyone knows each other, and somehow they protect their community very closely. But people are reserved, the atmosphere is very tense. Of course, statistics are just numbers. They don't always reflect the real picture. Therefore, I decided to talk to the locals and find out if Kyzyl is as terrible as the numbers show. Is it true that this is the most dangerous city in Russia statistically? I can safely walk. Here, let's say you live in Azimut, right? Yeah. Now, if you go east from Azimut, there'll be a park. From the beginning of this park to here, at any time, I can walk safely, even at night. So maybe someone will be shouting something there in the alleyways, but generally you can have a nice walk, easily. So no problem. No, of course there is. There are areas of the city where... What's the most dangerous area? Most dangerous area is probably the east. To the east, yeah. No crime, mostly fights. Fights happen when people get drunk, right? Yeah. So people drink and then they kill each other. During fights, some people use knives, yeah. Well, okay, are there any areas where you can't go? Well, where it's dark, of course, it's better not to walk. Well, if you're with good people, you can go wherever you want. So we just gotta take wrestlers. Compared to the 2000s, it's much better here. Tell the story when they cut you with the knife. I was texting a girl while walking. Next thing I know, I'm lying on the ground. They attacked you with a knife? Well, then it turned out they ran up, stunned me on the head, and struck me. Doctors saved my life. I'm so grateful to them. Oh, so you see, there are incidents. There are. I didn't tell you the number. 24 stabbings at the time. 24 stabbings? What a nightmare. What grade are you in? In the 11th grade? 11th. You probably know where to buy pot. Naswar? Yeah. Everywhere. Naswar sold everywhere. What about marijuana? I don't know. You don't know, kids these days. Listen, I saw some ads on your school buildings, some Telegram channels that sell drugs. Yeah, they sell it everywhere. Everywhere? Yeah, but I don't know where. Oh, you don't know? I get it. But generally they do. Well, yeah. And they buy it? Yeah. The school kids buy it. Yeah, everyone buys it. Anyone in your class use drugs? My class, no. But they do in other ones. Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure? I got it. Together with a local guy, I decided to take a walk around the dangerous yards of Kyzyl. As you may have noticed, they don't really like tourists with cameras here. These just regular residences? Yep, just regular apartments. It's the center of the city, but water's poured like this. People are so serious. They're staring at us. Hey, how you doing? Fine. Fine, do you live here? Well, is there no running water in the house? There is. There is. Why are you collecting the water? There's no water. Oh, there's no water. Hey, what happened? The guys are filming a report. Why? We're just looking. Huh? We're just looking. Huh? We're just looking. For what? Hey, hide your camera. Hey, what are you doing here? Just watching. Do you understand what he said? No, I don't speak this language. I just got some words. So we came by to stop him. Yeah, guests are welcome here and nobody should bug him. here in this place, the risk of getting into trouble seems pretty high. Now, there were 6 people and we're 3. There could have been a fight, but it didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen, but it was just their fault that it didn't happen. Tuvans are famous for their inability to drink alcohol safely and the crimes they commit while intoxicated. Drunken fights are common here, and the morning after, the courtyards are full of broken bottles and bloody stains. Given the predisposition of the locals for alcoholism, the authorities will only allow the sale of alcohol on weekdays, and only until 1500 hours. But this doesn't change the situation, since there are many clandestine outlets selling alcohol in Kyzyl. According to official statistics, a quarter of all crimes in Tyva are committed while intoxicated. But most of the drunken fights simply aren't recorded anywhere, and they're not included in the statistics. Oh, another store. Let's go, let's go. Let's take a look.
Что? Что такое? Что такое? Вот.
Now I understand where the crime statistics come from. Just a completely wasted man sitting next to the store where we were going suddenly got up, started walking toward me, trying to beat me. Immediately to beat me, even though I didn't say a word to him. He didn't tell us anything, and no one was going in his direction. He just saw us, started walking to us like a zombie, waving his hands around, and they took him away. But in general, this is very strange. Why'd they leave it like that? It's a piece of crap. Yeah, that's the correct term to use here. So you agree that it's a piece of crap? Yeah, it is. So they just put some gym equipment on the construction site, no safety measures, children are playing here. You understand this is unacceptable, right? That it's dangerous? Yeah, they should have finished it. And if someone gets hurt here, nobody cares. And what are you doing? We're playing. Playing with stones. Oh, it's your scale. Hey, careful, that's gonna fall on your legs. It's gonna crush you. Wait, you're playing without any injuries? You ever had a stone fall on your leg before? No? No? Wow, fast guys. We're looking for the best yard in Kyzyl. It's this one! This is the best yard? Yes, because there are a lot of kids here. You know, from a safety point of view, of course you can't leave it like that. Because there are stones here, some construction waste, bars, remnants of concrete. Children are playing all over it. It's a mess. I really don't know how they could leave it like this and why the workers didn't finish it. There was supposed to be, I don't know, some kind of lawn, maybe some trees, something else. But in the end, there's only parking, some kind of embedding for curbs, marked paths, and, well, that's it. Nothing else is being done here. There's no construction. Garbage containers that are never cleaned, and a dog's digging something up over there. We also checked out the newly built houses in Kyzyl and their yards. Look, there's nothing here. There must be a road, but there is no road. There hasn't been a road here since, I don't know, since there was the first Tuvan People's Republic here. Is this a new house? Not exactly. It's not even finished yet. It's finished, yeah. This is finished? Are you kidding? Moreover, it was built on the money of equity holders. At some point, there wasn't enough insulation. I mean, the slabs weren't enough. And they made a constructive decision to pour this special foam. Will there be some kind of ventilated facade or something else? In my opinion, there should be. Because even though the foam is cool, and this is the entrance. This is the entrance to the building. I gotta say, this is anarchy here. Cars are driving out front, and this is the entrance to the building. Amazing. Do you live here? Yeah. Tell me, what happened to this house? It looks unfinished. I don't know, but why are you asking? It's just interesting. I'm interested in this building. Can you tell me about it? Yo, look, some of the windows got covered in plastic, but some of them weren't so lucky. Well, yeah, some windows were covered with plastic wrap when the house was covered in foam. What the hell? Look at that bird. It's gonna eat somebody. Look, come on. Holy cow. That's gonna carry away a kid. What's it looking for here? It's looking for either a cat or a mouse, anything edible, or some food he can eat straight away. Ilya, your head's in danger. It's so huge, this bird. Wow. It's a dinosaur. Look, do you understand that can eat us now? What a giant. It's just flying around. He's the master of the yard. The master has arrived. This is just a horror movie. Yeah, now it's looking for cats. No, it's hunting other birds. Maybe some garbage. Alright, now I get why there are so many fighters here. When you live in a yard like this, yeah, there's some tough guys here, fighting for their place in the sun. Yeah, this is an amazing yard. We're in the micro-district Sputnik, and these, my friends, are newly built houses. Yeah, they may look like but these are new buildings. Why does it look like Because of this classic ventilated facade. It always looks like this. This is why it's better to avoid using it, because if you touch it like that, everything starts falling apart. But of course, there's another problem here. It's rubbish. Locals complain that trash isn't picked up properly. Everything around is covered in plastic bags. And in other household waste, which is apparently never cleaned from here. Let's go further. This is what the entrance to the yard looks like. Well, there's an ad about drugs here, as usual. Everything is up. This is ruined. These tiles. These are new buildings here. Yeah, the facade is really damaged. No wonder. It's made of some It's all dirty, all ruined. People complain that their house is of poor quality, garbage isn't collected regularly, etc. And at the same time, they live here and they themselves park their cars in the backyard. There's so much space here, just a bunch of places to park a car, but for some reason this person decided to leave his car here, ruining the view, ruining the lawn that was still here. They're making this mess themselves. A newly built house. What can I say about all this trash? Yeah, they don't clean it, you can see for yourself. In fact, everything you see here is trash. The yard, the building, everything. Architecture is trash, and drug ads are on every wall. So, in general, it all looks really shabby. Especially taking into account that these are new buildings. Faster? I'm already bringing you your ball, and instead of thanking me, you're hurrying me up? Who are you? We're tourists. Where'd you come from? From Moscow. Hey, don't film us. Why? It's shameful. Why? Shameful! Thanks for the ball. You see the kind of place we live in. Why is there so much garbage? Because people litter. People litter? Yeah. Well, maybe I'll stay here to catch your ball since you guys play so bad. And by the way, look, if you try to fix this fence, there's a whole bunch of you here. You can fix this and never lose your ball again. They realize there's so much garbage here. They even said, don't film us, it's a garbage city. We're all here. Yes, this is how it all looks. Damn, the further we go, the worse this gets. Plastic bags hanging on the school fence. And this is how they build schools here. Here you can see how dirty the facades are, and they're dirty from coal. It all settles on the roofs. And then it pours along with the rainwater. Here on the facade, you can clearly see how black everything around here is. Yeah, and everything is smoked. This is exactly the coal they use for heating. And here in winter, they say there's a terrible smog. Black snow drifts, and you can clearly see what it's done to the facade, the consequences of all this. Another guy parked his car under the window. The wind carries garbage along the roads, and the children walk here among all this. Awful. Look, everything is a mess. Well, these children are hopeless. Children aren't hopeless, they just live in a hopeless yard. Hey there, tell me, please, do you always have so much trash lying around? Hey, don't shoot here. Are you filming? The trash, yeah, not you. Well, the question's not for me. Yeah, clearly not. Is it always like this, or did something happen?
Типичная история.
How typical. People have this crap all over their yard, but everyone's shy about it. No one wants to talk to us. Nobody comments on anything. They just leave, or they're like, hey, don't film me, as if everything was fine. At the same time, when you ask them, they say, it's okay, are you really here to talk trash about our beautiful Tyva and our fantastic Kyzyl? But what trash can I talk if all the trash is here, on the street? You might think that I only chose the poorest corners of Kyzyl, so now we're headed to the yard of a house where the local mayor is said to be living. And we'll also check out the administration building. Here's the mayor's yard, and here's the playground. Where's the mayor live? In this house. In that one? Yeah. The mayor lives in this house. So under the mayor's window, maybe that's his car. Nah, the mayor can't drive a car like this. People park under his window? Hey, where does the mayor live? They say somewhere here. So, has anybody seen the mayor or what? No. Doesn't he live here? We didn't see him. But do you live here? Yeah, we don't know who the mayor is. Oh, you don't even know who he is? Yeah, I see. So maybe he lives here, you just don't know. I don't know either, they just told me. Where are you from? We came from Moscow to see your mayor to complain about your sports ground. Oh, good call. What other problems are there here? What do you guys complain about? Only problems are garbage. It's just garbage? Man, why are you lying? Oh, and you're in charge here, right? Oh, is he in charge? Yeah. Is he the mayor? Yeah. Oh, just in case, I gotta take a picture, man. The head of Kyzyl. You got any problems in the city? What are your complaints? Apart from the garbage. They told me about the garbage. What else is bad? I don't know. Well, maybe people drink? They drink? They drink, like drunks walk around the area. Don't you drink? No. That's good. Don't start. Please tell me, does the mayor live here? We don't even know. He goes to the store. Oh, he goes to the store. Yeah, so he's probably somewhere here. Oh, so we're close. We're looking for the mayor. Yeah, he lives somewhere here. The sign says shelter. Maybe the mayor's hiding there. Could he be there? Look, it's open. Interesting. Oh, and here's a beauty salon. There is no shelter. The most athletic house. This is really the house with the most athletic people, though it smells a little like a toilet here, but alright. It's the most athletic house because it's probably the only house where there's a sports ground. It's very easy to be the most athletic house here, because there aren't so many fields or opportunities for sports here. Here, the children are lucky, and that's why several teams simultaneously play a football match on the same field. And the house is considered the most athletic one. At the same time, this is a Soviet plate, so the situation hasn't changed here in years. In Kyzyl, they have an issue with the whitewashing of trees and borders. For some reason, they paint borders with white paint. They paint tree trunks. It's not clear why. This is just stupid. What's most amazing, and maybe not surprising, is that all this nonsense is happening literally a few meters away from city administration. The public office is there, and all this mess around here. We've got a wonderful wasteland right here. There is a wonderful wasteland near the administration. This is how the sidewalks look just 100 meters away from the administration of the Republic of Tyva. It's obvious that the president of the Republic doesn't walk much, otherwise this wouldn't have happened here. There's a broken lantern, there's nothing, a wasteland. The base of the lantern here is used as a trash can. Awful! Together with the Buryatia and Kalmykia, Tyva is one of the Buddhist regions of Russia. But the original religion of the Tuvanians is shamanism. According to archaeologist Marian Devlet, the first images of shamans on the rocks in Tyva appeared 2,000 years ago. And although later the Tuvanians converted to Buddhism, they now combine it with the faith of their ancestors. And going to a shaman for a Tuvanian is quite a common practice. As a child, of course, I had strange visions. I noticed something, I saw something, But to my sisters or brothers, I used to say that something was standing in the room that they certainly couldn't see. So they thought I was going crazy. And they said that I had to see a shaman. There was a deputy of the supreme shaman, Yuri Nikolaevich. "It's so good that you came. Come on in, sit down." I sat down. "Let me help you," he said. He started consoling me. I felt very good. And then he sent me to our supreme shaman. I went there. He also looked at me from the doorway, smiled, and said bluntly, "If you want, stay with us." Well, I nodded my head. Yes. "Well, then go to the cashier, make a photocopy of your documents there. Every day you will come to us from 9 to 5. So it's like a permanent job. Yeah. And do you have a salary? Well, yeah. What's the salary of the shaman? If we count money, half goes to the cashier, half for ourselves. Well, how much does a shaman earn a month? It's not really a salary. Well, on average, how much? Well, I don't know. I don't really count. Why do people come to you? People come and ask me to tell their fortune. We tell their fortune for $6. Yeah, and we give half the sum to the cashier and keep the other half to ourselves. What else besides fortune telling do you guys do? If this person has, well, if they're sick, maybe, and she has a lot of negative energy, well, I need to help her. We open the path of life. For this, we charge $12. Generally, people here believe in shamans, right? Yes, of course. Give me your hands. Like this. First, think about yourself, about your family, about your loved ones, about your home, your work, and what bothers you inside, and so on. Got it? Gimme. You've got something, well, a little bit of negative energy. Something's wrong with your money. You have some troubles, and your luck seems to be leaving you. This negative energy is taking all the good from you, and I can help with it. May I? Sure.
Эдлэнэнгэ эворсен, эчсингэ эдэрхан балак барактап жүрүрсүн. Ой, какой же тяжелый. Нервы тяжелые. Ба мудрастан туткан туп жүрсүн, кылганын кылып жүрсүн. Ашка көп ялы жагараты чекип жүрсүн.
This is for good luck. Legs up. Did it work? You tell me. What was supposed to happen? You should have relaxed. I relaxed. And feel it. I felt it. When the tambourine rings, you should feel its power in your body. It should be like a vibration. Yeah. Then it will become easier for you when everything comes back. It's easier, joyful, calm. Yes. That's it. Well, Ilya? Yeah? Are you the boss here? Why'd you do that? Yesterday you arranged an appointment with me, but today you went to another person. I won't accept you now. That's all. You should have come to an appointment with me. This girl is very young. I didn't have any appointment. You know, you just went in and this...
İçdiğin bu tattırtır ağamla osna çağlaştır işte ağamla tattırtır.
After me, go to her, please, because she's mad at me. Oh, it's a competition? Uh-huh. Oof. All right, I understand. Spirits are spirits, but you gotta pay. So another shaman came in, and she was angry that I didn't go to her, but came to this one instead. You see, everything is so complicated here. How much? $50. Why? We were told it was $25. 6 for fortune telling, 19 for the ritual. Really? Yeah. Hence the secret of the shaman. When you're in a small room full of smoke with nothing to breathe and they beat a tambourine over your head for 15 minutes, then at some point you feel really bad. Well, first of all, there's a lack of oxygen, the smoke in your eyes, you know. And then she stops this whole thing, you go out into the fresh air, you really do feel refreshed. You feel freedom. You feel good again. And in this contrast, you start believing in miracles. About half of all Tuvanians live in cities. The other half continue to live in the countryside like their ancestors. But even in the steppe, the locals make the same mess like they do in Kyzyl. It's weird. We're now in the steppe, we drove out of town, but here, right in the steppe, there's some gigantic dump. There are household items in this trash. Some garbage seems to be brought here directly from the city. There are a lot of trash bags, construction waste is piled up, tires, and it goes like this all the way there. You can walk that direction and there will always be this huge dump along your way right in the steppe. I don't understand how they could mess up this amazing nature, especially considering that Tuvans are very proud of their nature. And when you come here, you talk to people and they say, oh, we have wonderful people and wonderful nature. Then it turns out that these wonderful people come to wonderful nature and look, steppe, steppe, steppe, and a huge dump right next to the road. Some plastic bottles, some tires, and I can see that a lot of this rubbish is actually old. They must have been bringing garbage here for many years, then they bury some of it, and these small hills appear. They look like graves. Well, clearly the wind carries all these plastic bags across the steppe. Some old washing machines, tools, detergent. There's a lot of hazardous waste here. Yeah, it looks awful, frankly speaking. Having gone far out of town, the last thing you expect to see is some kind of dump in the steppe. And guess what? There are farmers over there who welcome tourists. And this is the only road to these farmers, through this trash pile. So to speak, welcome to beautiful Tyva. Cattle breeding is a traditional occupation in Tyva. There are over 1 million sheep and goats per 150,000 rural residents of the Republic. They also breed animals less common for Russia here. For example, yaks and camels. I found a Tuvan farm in the steppe where they practice traditional cattle breeding. This is all one family? We live here, one family. How many of you? In our family, you know, we're now with my husband and one worker. Actually, we also have milkmaids. They come in the morning and in the evening. So there's that. Oh, so you hire people to help you? We hire, yeah. Wow, so many of them. Basically, I mostly have little animals. How many are there? 50 or 60. This is a Tuvan breed. It has a small, fat tail. This lamb is 2 weeks old. Do you sell wool? We sell sheep's wool, but it's really inexpensive. How much? About 12 cents per kilo. But this goat hair, Angora, we sell it at a higher price, around $5 per kilo. You sell milk? Yeah, we do. How much do you sell it for? We sell milk for 35 cents a kilo. 35 cents a kilo? And this land is yours, or not? The land's ours. You get it from the government? We've not registered the property yet. We rent it for now. Okay. And why do you keep pigs? Oh, we'll have a lot of whey from milk. Abrak. So we feed them and we sell them for meat. We don't sell them just like that. And where are your children? In the city? Yeah, in the city. What do they do? One works as an accountant, the other's a lawyer. And don't they help you? The grandchildren help me. Your grandchildren? Yeah. And did you put yurts here to receive tourists? I accept vacationers. They come to stay with us to see our everyday life. And sometimes I host workshops. Doing what? Traditional cuisine. Oh yeah? Here we make tea like this. Oh, you're just throwing tea leaves. I'm throwing tea in water, green tea. We put salt in our tea. Put some salt. According to tradition, the hostess must raise the ladle of tea 40 times so that the tea is saturated with oxygen and so that it tastes better. Now she'll brew tea and then feed the spirits. First, you feed the fire and then you pray. The first cup of tea goes to the honored owner. Tuvan flour is made from barley. Here's some ghee. Well, in the past we didn't have bread, we only had these. We've never had bread before. Yeah. Yes, add sugar to make it sweet. Like this. This is bishtak cheese. It's made from milk. To be honest, I never saw how it's made. Very tasty. It's so fresh. Yep. Like mozzarella. Yeah. This is burzak, a kind of dessert. Pieces of dough deep fried in oil. It tastes like bread. Like bread, yeah, like bread. But this is dried cottage cheese. This is part of a cow's intestine. We dry it and then we store food there. Tuvan food. Is this you? Yeah, when I was young. How long have you been doing this? 5 years? 6 years ago, I started producing it for sale. I've actually made cheese all my life. I make kefir. I've been making cottage cheese all my life. In the end, Tyva turned out to be a dangerous and dirty place, and Kyzyl is one of the worst cities in Russia. Honestly, I thought I'd never find a place worse than Kyzyl, but I was wrong. Subscribe to my channel and travel with me and learn about the most dangerous, the most beautiful, and the most interesting places in the world.